So I'm going to show you 8 different techniques or strategies for improvising on a C blues. I have my Strat here. I'm running through a newly configured pedal board. I'm running through an OCD. It's about halfway up overdrive. I got a Holy Grail reverb, and I'm going to have a jam track that I created about a month ago, just a C blues, very basic track. So I'll just quickly show you each of the techniques, and then I'll improvise a little bit with those. So the first one is using major pentatonic for each of the chords. So C7 chord, C, D, E, G, A. And then I'll also throw in this flatted third note. And I also might do some chromatic connections of the scale. Okay, for the F7 chord, for the 4 chord, F, G, A, C, D. And then the same thing here, flatted third. And then for the 5 chord, the G chord, G, A, B, D, E. And then some flatted third and chromatic connections. And I have a garage band open here, and I have the jam track here. So I'll probably play each example maybe once or twice through, depending on what kind of ideas come to me. So this is the first idea, using C major pentatonic for each of the chords. C major pentatonic for C7, F major pentatonic for F7, G major pentatonic for G7. And I might sometimes play the C here, and sometimes I'll play it there. Here it comes. That's the first example. Now the second example is what I refer to as modal pentatonics. I have other videos. You can check out my website, different modal pentatonics. This is going to be the modal pentatonic based off the E minor 7 flat 5 chord, which is kind of related to the C chord, C9 chord. So you have D, E, G, A, B flat. So then you can put chromatic connection here and chromatic connection here between the 5th and flatted 7. So that's for the C9 chord. For the F7 or F9 chord, G, A, C, D, E flat. And you can also put a chromatic connection there. And then for the 5 chord, for the G7 or G9 chord, A, B, D, E, F, E, D. And that's going to be the for the 5 chord. That's so the modal pentatonic is based off of the E minor 7 flat 5, the A minor 7 flat 5, and the B minor 7 flat 5 for each respective chord. So I'll play this a couple times. Here it comes. So the next one is going to be based off of the 5th of the chord. This will be actually G minor pentatonic. This is a very common device that a jazz player might use, like Wes Montgomery would use a device like this. Okay, so I'm going to play off, maybe if you thought of it as this chord, C9, F, G, B flat, C, D, this one's a little bit hard to hear because of the 4, but I'll try to kind of emphasize the root and 5th and the 9. So it's going to give you the 9 of the chord. Okay, then for your F7 or F9 chord, you have C minor pentatonic. Okay, and then for your that's a B flat C, E flat F G. And I can also add in the blues notes there. And then for the G7 chord, you can have D minor pentatonic, C, D, F, G, A. And I can also, and then the cool thing about this device is you're playing over a G7 chord, but you're playing D minor pentatonic, so you can use a D, like D blues scale. And then all those kind of chromatic connections. And then for the C7 chord, G minor pentatonic. So you can actually throw in that flat at 9, which normally kind of sounds strange, but when you're doing it in the context of the pentatonic blues scale, it kind of works. Okay, so try to come up with some licks that make sense here. Okay, G minor, minor pentatonic based off the 5th of the chord, of the dominant 7th chord. So that takes a little while to kind of get used to that, sound. Okay, so the next modal pentatonic is going to be the modal pentatonic based off the flat at 7, or off the however you want to think of it, of the chords. So you're going to have B flat C, E flat F G. So modal pentatonic you can think of as the arpeggio, C, E flat, G, B flat, and then the 4. Okay, so and then for the F7 chord or F9 chord, E flat F, A, B flat Cs. And then for the G7 or G9 chord, F, G, B, C, D. And then you can also do those sort of standard jazz ideas, connecting the chord tones. So connecting the 3rd and 5th, and then the root and flat at 7. F7 chord. Okay, and then G7 chord. Okay, so I'll do some licks based off of that.